Hi, Ali here, and Happy New Year. So, how was 2021 for you? Was it a year that you're looking back on and thinking, yes, it was a good year. Yes, we had COVID, but I made the most of it and I grew and I learnt and I had fun? Or are you going, thank goodness it's over and done with. It was an awful year. Everything went wrong. We still had COVID and I am so glad that it's actually 2022. But if you're the latter, what's changed? You know, the difference between December the 31st of last year to the 1st of January of this year is just one day. It's just a different year, but unless you change, unless you set new goals, this year's just going to be the same. So I'd like to share with you today my 7 sort of layers of creating the goals for each new year. And in the notes below, there is a link to it and you can download it and it will help you to take what was good from last year, because everyone had something that was good from last year. Even if you had disasters, you learnt from it, you've grown from it, and you can bring it into 2022. And these 7 little steps that I have creates a really good platform for me to know where I'm going in the new year, what I want to do in each area of my life. So I really want to share it with you. So the first thing I do is I look through all my photos. I look through my photos and I choose between 6 and 12 that I love, that gives me a really good warm feeling, something that I've loved doing. And to be honest, when I started this process, I thought I'm not going to have many photos for 2021, didn't really do an awful lot. But actually in the end, I struggled to actually pick 12, because it's funny how we can forget the important parts of our life, the fun we had with a friend, or a day out that we had, or, you know, like for me, I had a new pet. It was a beautiful ginger Tom that's 17, nearly 18, and we got them from the Cat Protection League, and he's really changed our home. And I didn't even think about that when I was starting to look through the photos. So there's always something. And what I want you to do with those 6 to 12 photos is either put them into an album on your phone and look back on them and remember that the year was good, or make them into a collage, something you can have as a screensaver, for instance, or once again, something you can look at, something you can look back on that year and go, yeah, it was a good year. Look, we did this, we did that. But you don't want to have loads of information because it then gets lost. That's why I always say between 6 and 12 photos. So that's what I do to start with. Then the next thing that I do is I let go of the things that have gone wrong. So if I made a big mistake, if something went completely wrong and I still feel completely embarrassed every time I think about it, I let it go. Now, that might mean that I have to talk to someone about it and say to a friend or my partner, look, I'm really sorry, I really screwed up there. It was my fault and I'm just letting it go, and just have a laugh about it. It might mean that I'm actually going to write a forgiveness letter that I might not even give to somebody. I might write a forgiveness letter to myself. Whatever it is, whatever it takes, I do something to actually get rid of it. I don't hold on to it, because it's just going to be heavy for you. You're just going to take it through 2022, still being annoyed about something that happened last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and that doesn't help you. That doesn't allow you to enjoy the year that you're in. So let it go. And then next, yes, it's important all the things that we do, but what's more important than anything else is who we become. So look at who you've become. Look at how you've grown. Okay, you might have grown from mistakes, but it doesn't matter. But look at where you are now against where you were at the beginning of 2021. How have you changed as a person? And then I'd like you to really concentrate on the things that have gone right. And then we're going to go on to next point, and that's point 3. And that is, if there's parts of you that you do not like, if you don't like that you're fearful, if you don't like that you get really annoyed, work on those, work through them so you don't take them into a new year. Because there's nothing more annoying than someone that is always thinking the same things over and over again, not taking any action, and then expecting it to be different, because that's not going to happen. And then step 5, how do I feel? What emotion am I in most of the time? And if it's not that I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm loving life, then what emotion am I in? And how can I change that? Work on feeling good about your life. And that starts with being grateful. If you're not someone that's grateful for the small things, and you think, well, what have I got to be grateful for? Well, you should be grateful that you're alive. You should be grateful it's a new year. You should be grateful that actually the things you have in your life, it might be tough. Your life might be really, really tough at the moment, but there are things that you can be grateful for, and that will change how you feel about your life, and that will change your emotion about life, and then you will be happier. And then 6, goals. Goal setting for different areas in your life, down to relationships, friendships, money, work. You can work on each area of your life, and that's what is the goal. And there's 3 goals per section. Why do you want them? What are your strengths? What's holding you back? What did you achieve in that area last year? And it's something you can look at and work on throughout the year. And next to that is the wheel of life. And that actually has all the areas in it. And I want you to actually grade yourself from 0 to 10 in each area. Where are you now? And think about it. If you had a wheel on your car that was quite round, but it had a few bumpy bits, would your car drive smoothly? No. Well, life's like that. So if you have maybe 3 or 4 areas that, it's sort of 8 out of 10, and then you have 3 or 4 areas that are sort of 2 to 4, it's going to make the wheel really bumpy, and that's going to make your life bumpy. And it also helps you to work on what goals you want to actually really concentrate on first. And then the last part I want you to work on is why you want the goals. Because let's say one of your goals is you want to lose weight. And everything about losing weight is a negative. It's, I'm not going to be able to eat my favourite foods. Oh, it's just going to be so hard. Everyone else is going to be eating yummy things and I'm not. Oh, it's just such a pain being on a diet. Are you going to keep to that? Of course you're not, because you look like you're depriving yourself. But if you actually look at it that I'm looking to lose weight because I want to be fit and healthy and vibrant. I want more energy. I want to be able to play with my children or my grandchildren. I want to do it because actually I want to run a 5K at the end of the year. Whatever it is, it's a positive and you are much more likely to actually go for it. And then at the end of the guide, there is a few links to my Instagram account, Facebook, my website, just other things that can support you in having the best year yet. So please download my free guide and start working on it, because you are more than worth it. Your life will not change unless you change how you see your life and what you're doing in your life. I know some of you think, well, it's all right for other people. I've got these issues, I've got this, and it's not fair. But everyone has problems, everyone has issues, everyone has things that are really bad in their life. But actually, if you work past them, you look at who you are, who you want to become, and actually work towards your goals, you will achieve them. And I've said this before, you would not get in your car and not know where you are now and not know where you're going to. That would be stupid. But you do that in your life? Does that sound sensible? So please, start taking action today and make 2022 the best year ever, because you really do deserve it. And I really look forward to speaking to you throughout this year. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And mention it to your friends, the more people that can link to it and learn and grow. Because I just feel that us women out there, we need to help each other. We need to support each other. And actually, we all have so much within us. We've just got to see it. And if we do, whatever our goals and dreams are, we can actually achieve them. So have a fantastic 2022, and I'll speak to you all next week. Bye-bye.